Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the CBL X's and O's podcast for season 2023. We've got the round 11 preview of the Southwest Conference we're recording today, and I've got Beck McIntyre out of the Horsham Hornets joining me. And let's just look at the men quickly. We've got Portland and Warrnambool, who have both got a tough weekend doubleheader this weekend. And then in the women, we've got a couple of single games, but, Portland have got the double, and it's going to really define their season, these two games.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think every game, we'll say this for the rest of the rounds that we've got left, but I mean, especially in the men, you've got Warrnambool and Portland both fourth and fifth. So whoever wins that's going to slot into that or stay in that fourth spot. And then they both turn around and have to play another game where you've got Horsham playing Portland and then Warrnambool playing Terang. So, Warrnambool could potentially beat Portland, but then lose to Terang very easily because they're all so close. So, every game's a little bit like a mini final, really, at this point, because, points really matter. And I know every single person in every single team is going to be wanting to finish on top. So, yeah, very excited to see how this is going to pan out.
Let's start with the men. And on Saturday, Horsham welcome Ararat into Horsham. And, first versus eighth. Horsham should have the advantage here, but you can never take, the bottom teams lightly. Anyone can upset anyone in the Southwest Conference.
Yeah, look, and I mean, it's always hard when you come off a loss too. I think you're just depending on the camaraderie, how the boys bounce back from that. I know Horsham will get around each other. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Mitch Martin, their captain's 100th game this weekend. So, massive, massive milestone for Mitch. He's only very young. He's only in his early 20s. And to play 100 games, for the Horsham Association, he's on track to be like Tim Pickett 300 games, Cam Bruce 200 games, Tim Wade 200 games. So, it's a massive milestone for him. And I know that they'll be looking to get around him and obviously, get behind him so they can get that win. But, Ararat have got nothing to lose. And these are the danger games, I think. Our home crowd hopefully will help the boys get back on track because they'll be realigning their season to see where they want to be at the end of it for sure.
And then we've got the battle of fourth versus fifth when Portland welcome Warrnambool into the Lighthouse. And, Portland really need to get a win in one of these games, especially probably the Warrnambool game, to ensure that they keep in touch with the top four because, each loss they get now just puts them further and further behind the eight ball. And, Warrnambool win this game and really they cement their spot in the top four.
Yeah, and they'll definitely be looking for that, I think. So, I know Hayden will be wanting the boys to regroup and, it's a tough weekend again. It's a lot to ask them to come back. It's a hard time of year. Lots of people got things on, but, it's do or die for either one of those teams. So, whoever's going to come out fighting at the end, I suppose will be up. But yeah, we'll be very much looking forward to seeing, how those results fall.
And then Sunday, Hamilton travel to Colac to take on the Cookers. And, two teams towards the bottom of the table. This is going to be a really good game. Very close together. Last game they played against each other was quite close as well. So, who's going to win this game? It's probably a flip of a coin.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Hamilton will be looking to try and get their, another win on the board. But Colac, as we looked at that ladder, they get a win and then all of a sudden, they're sitting equal with all those other people above them. So, there's still some stuff. There's still some light at the end of the tunnel, I think. So, and also a win's a win at any point. Anytime you can get those 4 points, you're going to take them, or 3 points, you're going to take them. So we need to be able to make sure that they're following through. But Hamilton, I mean, look, I think they've had a successful season either way. We've looked at it, not necessarily on the scoreboard, but the fact that they've put the team on the court every week and they've got lots of numbers and there's lots of exciting things coming out of that for the future. But still a lot to play for.
Warrnambool's second game of the weekend, they host Terang. So playing at home probably does give them the slight advantage. But as you've mentioned, Terang coming in a little bit underdogish throughout the season. They're still grasping at that top four position potentially.
Yeah, look, and as we've talked about, Terang have got the shooting power. So, they've got the 3 points in the bag generally. So, I think between two of their players, they've shot 50 3-pointers for the season or something. So, you've got to make sure that you're covering that, because if they get hot from there, it's pretty hard to stop them. But look, Warrnambool have got a lot to play for as well. So did Terang. So, it's just exciting. I know we say the same thing, but, every single game is like a grand final, and, Warrnambool get a good crowd. Terang also have a big following. It's only 30 minutes up the road. So I'd expect the Arc to be pretty rocking there on Sunday. And yeah, whoever comes out with those points is going to really set themselves up to where they're going to be in a few weeks.
And then the last game in the men's is Horsham taking on Portland. Now, Portland are one of the only two teams to beat the Hornets this season. This is going to be a cracker. Can the Coasters continue to, put their wheels back on and drive up the ladder, or is Horsham maybe going to end the Coasters season?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's really awful that you don't want that to happen to any team. But I know for a fact that Horsham are still upset about losing that game to Portland. So they will be 100% out for revenge. I've got no doubt about it. And, they always have a very fiery game. It was pretty fiery last time we played them. So I think it's going to be a good one for the crowd. Our Horsham crowd loves it. They get amongst it a bit like Millicent. There's a few hard solos going around, maybe not as many on a Sunday. So it might be a little bit quieter. But yeah, look, that is going to be a really, really good game. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes, and looking forward to just watching some great basketball. And hopefully Scotty and our boys can come back out on top and set themselves up for that championship, game. That's where they're going. That's what they want. That's their goal. So, we'll all be there trying to get behind them for that.
And then the women, similar to the men, Portland have a really tough weekend. On Saturday night, they take on the Warrnambool Mermaids. They are at home. This is going to be a cracker. This is first versus second. Warrnambool coming off some, winning streak at the moment. That's got to potentially put them in the hunt to upset the Coasters this weekend.
Yeah, look, I think they'll be looking to do that. They have had some mixed results though of late. Like they lost to Millicent, and Millicent only had 6 or 7, and then they've come out and had a massive win against Colac last week. Warrnambool are a quality team, always have been, always will be. So, I really think and believe Portland will be looking to cement themselves as the team to beat after this game. And then they'll be backing it up coming up the road to us the next day. So, I think it'll be a really great game to watch. But Mia Mills is back, so she's playing. Warrnambool have their full side. They match up very well. They've got really good guards, Portland. So does Warrnambool. I mean, Matilda Sewell's going to have a big game against Strom if Strom plays. And she's a quality big inside. So, yeah, there's lots of elements there that they're going to make this a really good game to watch.
And then on Sunday, after they have a tough battle on Saturday night, they get to come up the highway to take on your team, the Horsham Hornets, which is probably going to be a little bit of an advantage for you.
Well, look, hopefully, I mean, if Warrnambool want to rough Portland up, no, I'm only kidding. No, if they do come on that road trip, it's a little bit harder to come and back up on the Sunday, especially as you get of the older variety. It is a little bit harder, but look, my girls have got absolutely nothing to lose. I'm kind of, as a coach looking and thinking that Portland might end up finishing on top. So, if it ends up being that we lose, this is the only one we can, the rest are must wins. But, we're saying that have nothing to lose. And as I said in the review earlier in the week, that this might potentially be the first time I'm ever going to have my full team for the whole season. So, you know what? We'll be looking to see what we can do, trying a few things. Having a lot of numbers on the bench is not something that I've been very fortunate to have for this season. So I'll look forward to making some rotations and actually being able to sub a little bit. And look, the girls in Portland, I get along with all the young girls, they're all great kids. Great players. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a great game to play for the teams, but it'll also be a great game to coach. And you never know. I'm pretty excited because I've helped get the AAA, so people with disability basketball, back up in Horsham, and they're going to be showcasing at halftime in between the men's and the women's games. So that's something that's really special to my heart, with my dad doing a lot of that when he was alive. And so the fact that we can get the Horsham Whippets back up, and they're going to play a little exhibition game against each other, is something that'll be the real win on the day for me. So regardless of the score for the CBL women, I think it'll be an amazing day. And we've actually got a couple of game milestones. We've got our captain playing 50 games, and Maddie Idell also playing 50 games. So we'll have a lot to play for. There'll be a lot of energy around the stadium, and yeah, either way though, as I said, it'll be winners for Horsham basketball, because that inclusion program is really important, and yeah, looking forward to showcasing it on the big screen.
Well, that's it. That's our round 11 preview in the Southwest Conference done and dusted. We look forward to seeing all our fans in the stands this weekend, and then we'll jump on a call post round 11 to review what is going to be a spectacular round in the Southwest Conference. So good luck to all teams out there this weekend.